digging for a pump. Charts are crashing down, I'm the diamond hand chump. Eyes on the candlesticks, I'm losing my mind. FOMO's got me locked, I'm running out of time. I'm the man in a trade, trapped in crypto's cage. Won't you save me from this blockchain rage? I'm the man in a trade, levers burn my soul. Waiting for the moon, but I'm stuck in this hole. Feed my greed with coins, shit coins in the dirt. Promised Lambos gleam, but my wallet's hurt. Jesus of the dip, won't you buy my stack? Satoshi's ghost just laughs, there's no turning back. Eyes on the candlesticks, I'm losing my mind. FOMO's got me locked, I'm running out of time. I'm the man in a trade, trapped in crypto's cage. Won't you save me from this blockchain rage? I'm the man in a trade, levers burn my soul. Waiting for the moon, but I'm stuck in this hole. Buried in the fees, gas is killing me slow. Margin calls a beast, liquidation's my foe. Can't escape the screen, ticker's my new god. Dreaming of a spike, but it's all a facade. I'm the man in a trade, trapped in crypto's cage. Won't you save me from this blockchain rage? I'm the man in a trade, levers burn my soul. Waiting for the moon, but I'm stuck in this hole. Yeah, yeah. In the dead of night, I'm staring at the screen. Flickering candlesticks, it's a neon dream. Voices whispering trades I shouldn't make. Fevered fantasies are just another mistake. Confidence, they say, buy high, hold tight. Far too late when the market takes a flight. Whispers twist my nerves, I'm falling for the bait. Ending up with losses at an alarming rate. Voices
Bring
in
out
my
your dead.
head make me buy when I
Bring
should
out your
sell.
dead.
Euphoria and dread, it's a roller coaster spell. Whispering doubt makes me break my golden rule. I'm just dancing with my demons, acting like a fool. Voices screaming in my head, shut the hell up, please shut the hell up. Stress and panic tug me from side to side. One day a king, next day I run and hide. Self-doubt knocks me on the edge of the drop.
Hey, is this thing on? Is mine working?
Yours is not supposed to be on, Sean.
Well, I'm part of the show too.
You need to chill the freak out, Sean. People are panicking right now. We don't need you. create more confusion, Sean.
You suck, Road Dog.
Just do your job, Sean. Find them damn buttons.
It's always about them buttons with you. Always about them buttons.
Turn your mic off, Sean.
Yeah.
Take your own mic check then, you'll scrum back.
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Sean, it sounds like he called you a loser. I'm not making fun of you by any choice, but you do kind of suck sometimes. Shut up, Hobby. You suck.
Please shut the hell up.
Check, 1, 2.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dog. Right behind me, you will see, right, my only shield tonight is Tangem Wallet. They still got the extra 5% off. Use code DAWG, and you can save 10% plus another 5%. That's for the next 2 days. So you get 15% off. A 3-card set, 2-card set, Tangem ring set, whatever you want to go with. They've got some really cool little designs, and looks like they keep adding over here. And I just noticed that they've got a Napa leather card holder right there. Holds 4 cards. That's kind of cool. So they're just moving right along there. But 2 days left if you want to take advantage of that. But that's my only shield. Let's go ahead and get into the charts here. This is Bitcoin on the daily, zooming out because that's what we need to do when things get freaky. And the pros and the cons. Now, this is what I find very interesting. When it comes to moving averages. Now, we're coming down on to approach the daily 200 moving average, and actually that's not unheard of at all. What sucks is if we get below the 200 moving average, and then we officially go bearish on the daily chart. Don't want to see that. Last time that happened was when back over here when the MACD weekly crossed. MACD weekly crossed over here too. And it's easy when you see that cross on the MACD to negate it and think, we're probably, it's a lagging indicator. We probably missed most of the move. I think it crossed and we were already down here when it officially crossed or something. We're working on, it was down. It doesn't cross at the tops. It is not a top signal indicator. It's a, hey man, you need to do something because I'm getting ready to get nasty. And this is the time when hindsight just rings in and you gotta re-up those promises. MACD, I promise I'm gonna listen to you. I promise. Sometimes it takes a few trips to learn those lessons. Same thing happened over here, and then we went months and months of sideways from a high, new all-time high of 73,000, all the way to that final little dip around 48. That was not fun during this time. That dip down there was not fun, man. And it started affecting me then, and I was like, I never want to go through that again. Never. 33% drop right there. Here, our drop so far has been pretty much a standard drop, believe it or not. It feels just as painful as it did back here. It does. I gotta admit it. It feels just as painful as over there. And we're down now 25%. Now we were about 20, 21 just the other day. Now we're at 25. Might that be enough? I can't tell you, but I can show you some similarities here and point out some similarities between now and 4 years ago. The 200 moving average was not part of that equation, but Fibonacci wise, there was some things. Now, if I take this pull from this bottom to that top, we lost the 236, which I hated to see that, but you know, it's not. You don't always hold them guys, right? That's the first one to go. You rarely hold that, but any kind of move off there is awesome. Then we came down. I was really hoping that 382 would catch. It did not. That was at 86,000. She did not. The next one down is the 0.5 Fibonacci, and that's coming in right here at 89. Now, will we hit it? I don't know. We could, Fibonacci wise. 79.7 is what I'm actually getting on that. But let's flip over. Well, before we do that, let me point out a few things, man. You got a bullish cross during all this downside that we had last summer when it was no fun, back in May, almost a year ago. Not quite, but we're getting there. Hard to believe it's almost coming full circle. Because this was February. This was February last year, and we were having a good February. February is kind to us. We even had a good March, and March is when we should have maybe paid ourselves a lot. When we did that little triple top pattern. Looks a little familiar, doesn't it? A little bit, maybe not quite as much. I think you see that on total 3 again, though. But we had the bullish cross. The red line crossed over the orange line. Those are some big moving averages, like 660 something moving average crossing over an 800, and we rode underneath this 360 moving average. Blah blah blah. What are you saying, Road Dog? Well, what I'm trying to draw your attention to. Let me actually get the fib off of here, so we can see some stuff. But I got the lines marked. Okay, this is the 0.5 Fibonacci. Let's look at this scenario. Let's park this back. Remember, we're here. We had this dump and whatever, and then we got this new leg that we got, right? This new leg. We're tracking the trend line here, and it's showing an area of support that maybe we've not reached yet. Not far from where we are. We're at 85,000 right now. Bitcoin is at 85,000. It got down as low as, how it was the lowest today? A scary move to the downside with lots of sell volume there. Down to 82,256 on the Binance chart. 82. So we're up $3,000, and you know, we might be catching here. I think I was mentioning about the moving averages. Maybe we can go back to that with 200 moving average here. What I do like about it is the 100 is still, I mean, if you look at the moving averages, the momentum is still there. It's only when it's starting to come to the smaller moving averages that are behind on the daily chart that are behind this. And now we got a 50 moving average riding above a curving, they're both curving down, 50 and 100. Now, I don't want to see them cross, and it looks like they're fighting not to, and I take that as a good sign, but they can cross. They can. Just one more sharp move down, they'll cross, and then that could be what propels us down even further. That would suck to see that happen. Or maybe they can turn around if we start seeing ourselves come up. We don't know. Let's go to the let's go back to the other side. 4 years ago, and let me show you the comparison. Now, I pulled the Fibonacci here from this little sideways. I went from this move here, from where we started on the impulse move, and to the top, and we're coming down to the 0.5 there. Now, that might not be perfect, and somebody will say, well, you didn't get the bottom. Well, let's get the bottom. Let's get the bottom from this move right here when we were dipped down to 16,000, retesting our all-time high area, or just a little bit above our was that our all-time? No, yeah, that was our, it did test our all-time high. That would be equivalent to us coming back down to about 60-something thousand if we were to do that here. But during this time frame, this was December all the way up to January, and then down here was the end of January. We came back to the 0.5 Fibonacci, and that, you know, will that help us? Maybe. Now this is February. Let me update it. Let me take a different one. You're thinking, but that wasn't really the same time. Well, let's go from, maybe I'll just pull it all over again. Let's go from this bottom, which was here in January, all the way up to here where we were in, this was February 22nd. And then we had a drop, and that drop 4 years ago in February came down, and that one gave us a 26%, close to where we are right now. Also, oh snap, what happened? Oh, it's still there. Also, wicking off of the 0.5 Fibonacci area. I know what, I just erased my moving averages, didn't I? Oh my gosh. Did I just do that? They should be there. Oh, there we go. That's how I erase my indicators like that. That sucks. Here, now back at this time in February, moving average wise, we fell through the 9 and the 21 and had all that. The 200 was not into play, and we did not come down to the 50. So we are really doing a deep test here. And matter of fact, this whole run up that we had, we never once touched that 200 moving average until after the move came down. And this is what it feels like. It feels like we just did this and came down, that we topped out. And man, that's got some people thinking. I mean, are we going to have are we more like, some people think that we're more like 2017. That one had a lot of straight up. And some people think that maybe we're like last cycle. There's an argument behind this where we could have a double top cycle like this. It sucks, but this is where big money, they make their money trading this range. And they ain't afraid to do it because they got a big 50% thing to play with here. I hope we don't see that. I hope we get more out of Bitcoin this time than some kind of repeat of this where we just come down and maybe we make a little higher high and we don't get past 120. We come down and then we go up and then that's it. It could be. We're running out of time for this last bull run here. This is the year when you, me, and everybody else thought we would be doing a lot better at this time. I really did. And what I expected, but here we are then. With a big dip coming back. What bothers me most is that, you know, if we look at this as a channel, I mean, that's a pattern. We broke out and then we came back into it. And that's always concerning. Now, they can fake us out and then they can come back and go about their merry way, but man, you can't argue that the markets just kind of suck right now. Oh, it's great if you're a bear, if you're shorting all the way, and I'm sure you got some people out there saying, "Woo, we're loving this. I'm just shorting it all the way down, just making all the money. I hope it goes down to zero." And yeah, you make me sick, but the people say, "Well, we make money trading. We can make it going up and down," and you can. It's just that you know, a lot of people are not savvy enough to do that, and I doubt that a lot of people that say that they are savvy enough to do it are doing it as well, because you know it's a lot harder to execute the ideas that you see in your head. That's just how it is. That's where the real magic comes in, and all the discipline and all the past experience and all that to help make you better and help you make the right moves at the right time comes from experience. And I don't know of anybody that's just nailing this both ways up and down, and I wouldn't look at that as being anything to compare myself or yourself to, because this is your journey, our journey. It's going to be different for each one of us and our different skill levels. My job here is just to share with you my mistakes and what I see in the market and my TA, and we try to navigate this thing, help you avoid the pitfalls that I made. And believe me, I've made plenty in this thing. I've been heavy in the altcoin. Not as heavy as I would have been, though. I did make a promise myself I'd go lighter on altcoins this cycle. I'm glad I did, because man, they've been getting smashed. This is the cycle where Bitcoin or Bitcoin is really taking over. But here, we've got a little different setup, especially with the moving averages, but we do have that 200 moving average come. And anytime that we look at this on the year chart, we look at that as a welcome sign to test that 200 moving average, because this is going to be the make or break moment. We're going to figure out if we're bullish or bearish. All on this time frame. We're getting ready to find out over the next few days. Is this market bullish or bearish? Because when that candle closes officially under that 200, we're going to flip bearish. That's the general rule. Still doesn't mean it has to stay there, and we will watch and watch and watch until we finally recover that daily 200 moving average, and the moving averages will kind of help us navigate that. Actually, the difference between back here, well, they were doing something similar right in here when 50 crossed 100. We finally went under there. It finally crossed back. It was doing a little, but you see how that pulled us back up, though? It pulled us back up. We went back up to test those areas, went over them, but we ended up losing it again with all the shakeouts and everything, because that's what they like to do. They want to take your Bitcoin, they want to take your money, they want to get you fed up in this market, and man, they are going hard this cycle. And I figured they would. I just didn't. It's just surprising when you get caught up in it, right? Let me say hello to everybody. We'll go check out the news from Layer GG, and then we'll start getting into the charts. I'll come back and look at the indices and start looking at a few altcoins and things like that. We'll come back and take a look at... I like to look at Total 3, same situation. Bitcoin dominance, because that's interesting. What's happening to Bitcoin dominance right now? And altcoins, then we can get into maybe coin requests and things like that. Let me go ahead and I'm trying to get in the groove here. 24 people hanging out with me. Glad to see you here. I'll say hi in just a moment. Let me go ahead and put this coin request below. I can't guarantee that I can get to them all. I would try to do the best I can. Super chats and members, you know, you'll get priority as always. One of these days I'll get my button working again, but I'll come back after the news, go back here, and then I'll pick up their coin request and put them on a list. I've got a few coins to look in. Some of the things that are being strong that we probably should look at before we get off on other stuff. And let me just quickly come over and say hello to everybody. We're at Chris Klein. Chris, hey, well, glad to have you here. Being first. There we go, my man. Chris says, I think this whole downside BS has gone far enough. I think a lot of us feel that, definitely. I was calling for and wanting the 80s, so we did it. We're done. Let's get going again. Lol. But another side of me says, let's just stay here. I can understand that too. For me, it's different because, you know, I don't have that source of income coming in right now that I can keep throwing into the market or anything. I'm kind of just recycling and working through that. And that's all what I've been doing the whole time. For other fresh sources of income coming in, because, you know, this is my job now. And it was really awesome until, you know, just a few days ago when you see net worth just like, oh man, that barber took off a lot more hair than I was expecting there. I'm not going back to that barber again. You suck. I didn't want to buzz. I didn't want a buzz cut. I'm not trying to go for a flat top. But there we go. So, but you got to realize, you know, and some of you guys might be in similar. I'm assuming that a lot of people are in a similar situation, especially with HODL bags and spot bags and things like that. You know, you see a decline in it, but the saying is true is not realized until you actually sell. Now, if you're using margin like I am, you got to maintain some risk and everything. But I'm happy to report that right now, I mean, my portfolio, my margin, that's where the worry comes from, because I got a little leverage behind a lot of this stuff, just a little bit, but it's enough to sometimes get me where I'm at. Oh crap, I gotta make sure you're going to be good and safe. So my liquidation levels are in the mid 50s at the moment. As long as I don't get too buy happy at the wrong places, I'll be okay. So for me personally, I've got some limit orders set here. Here at 79, I don't know if we hit it. We may not. Then again, we probably could. We're still in the drop, and you can see the volume right there is still, they're still pouring out. One thing that we could do, one little idea, since this was an area that we lost, we can take a little measured move from down here, and let me just kind of put it down here. Ooh, snap. Let's be real that we can come down to 75,000. It's on the table, not just from that, but from a lot of analysis, and we could. I do want to point out that I pulled this 6-1. This is the 618 Fibonacci from this swing high or swing low to swing high. That's coming in just right down at the tops where we'd come down and touch 72. Now I find that a little bit interesting. What would that do to us as far as Elliott wave theory? If we come down and touch this little guy? I'm kind of curious about that. Elliott, what are you saying? Elliott ain't got Elliott's got lots of, yeah, okay, Elliott. Weird, Elliott. I've never seen you do it this way before. Okay. Normally I see Elliott start down here with his wave count, but now he started here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What I was about to say is, well, I mean, but here's the thing. In order for this to be true, we cannot touch this area here at 73. We just can't do it. That wouldn't validate this and make this one big wave. Meaning there could be a nice big wave of coming after, or even a nice, and according to Elliott right now, this is Elliott wave indicator here that we're using, because There are so many different ways to count this, and it's a really subjective thing. I'd just rather listen to the indicator and look at my own things. But he's suggesting that this was a 3-wave, if I'm a 4-wave, a 5-wave ABC correction down. We're on an ABC correction. That's an interesting take, Elliot. He switches it up all the time. He's a little cagey sucker. He's always changing it. One reason I don't trust that Elliot Wavelength. But according to what this indicator is saying, this should be the last leg down, and then we start working on a whole new set of waves to the upside. Now, I find that idea exciting, and I haven't seen this until just now. But what he's saying, the move is over, and then we start a new 1, 2, 3, 4 cycle up, and that could be hella bullish if we're still in the game. And that actually makes sense for the 4-year cycle plan, because it doesn't make any sense to be so damn bearish during this bull run. But we're still in healthy correction. Believe it or not, as bad as it feels, we're still in healthy correction areas where we're just making higher highs and higher lows. As long as we don't make a low below 49,000, which, oh my gosh. You talk about people leaving this market, they're saying, I'm done with Bitcoin, I'm done with crypto, this sucks. That would be horrible. I don't see that happening. I don't. And I'd probably feel like leaving too if it did. I thought, screw it, I'm going to stocks. I'm going to Forex. But I've never been hit that hard before. I pray to Jesus none of us get hit that hard. But we look at what we got. Daily chart. There's some good signs that we are coming to support. The question is, will it hold? We got to wait and be patient to see if it holds. There's only so much Bitcoin out there that they can sell. And that's the state of the market. Now here's some interesting news. I think we start coming down to some of the smaller time frames here. 4 hour. Still looking at what we map things out on a bigger time frame, like the daily, and then I can go down to the 1 minute. I'm getting ready to go to the 1 minute right now. I don't recommend you ever map out your trades, plan your trades, or plan what's going on by the small time frames. You do better. I just keep reiterating this. You go to the bigger time frames to get your idea and see what's really going on. You can narrow it down to the smaller time frames and see it execute. So this is what we've been faced with here in the 4 hour. Everything that looks like it's going to hold. Remember Adam and Eve idea that never did come up to confirm. So everybody calling, look, Adam and Eve to the upside, 90% chance it goes up, getting everybody hyped up. I'm like, no, it doesn't. You got to wait for confirmation. It might. We're hoping that it will, but you got to wait for confirmation. But there's a lot of people out there. Several people, not everybody, but a couple of the gurus out there always calling, this is what it is, and I've seen it many times. And here we are. It's always chasing the flag to the upside. I think there was a flag chasing the 90 today, and this is how the flag turned out. It turned out kind of like this. Bigger time frames would have said that. Smaller time frames look like you got a nice little pattern to go to the upside. It might have worked, but it didn't. Always zoom out. That's the big story. Well, this is bearish on the 4 hour. The 200 moving average crossing over the 360. It's not hella bearish, but I mean it's a level loss that we probably would have been better off keeping. Still bigger moving averages, 800, 600, 300. They're still up and to the right, although they're leveling off a little bit. Now, I was looking at this as being an accumulation zone, and it still could be the Wyckoff reaccumulation. This could be the spring, and that's what a lot of people are looking at still, even though we dip down here. The key to it is that we can't stay down here. We've got to snap back up. That's what the spring is. We come down, and then we come back up kind of quick. So if it's a Wyckoff spring, we should be back up to about 91 pretty quickly over the next few days, but we're running out of days before the weekend gets here when they really play the games hard again. So I'm curious how that plays out. I'm not yet seeing signs here on the 4 hour that we're getting ready to just spurt back to the upside, but on smaller ones, there's a little bit of a different story. Still, here's the narrative. Here's the narrative. This green line is actually the it's the line. Let me zoom out. So it's clean the green line. Where the tops of this market are, and it's not the best green line at all. The pattern, if you will, the channel that we fell back into, which is not a good sign. That's what that green line is. Let me lock that little guy in. And we'll go back to the 4 hour where we just were. All right, so. And notice that this green line also kind of corresponds with these levels over here. And if you look at this as a horizontal level, you also have a horizontal level right through there around 91. But anyway, what we could be saying is to come up here and retest it. Now the question is, will we break above it? Because that would be bullish. Or will it roll over and then we come down and touch a lower area, whether it's the 0.5 or maybe the down here in the mid to low 70 areas. You know, I wish I had a crystal ball that can tell you that and how to play this perfectly, but I don't. Nobody does. But that is one of the things we could look at. Or we might just be working on another little rollover and come down and just go ahead and rip the bandage off and just get it over with. 4 hour. We are way below our moving averages. We're getting away. There's a lot of sell pressure, and it is not unheard of for us to come back to the 9 moving average, but 87. Test that and see if we can recover it. We'll come down to the 1 hour. Now here's where it starts getting interesting. We found some support. We found some support here, but you know, we also found some support here and it rolled over. This looks so cool to me. I remember talking about it. I was looking at this as being a possible bottom. My only concern, and you'll see me do this on all these things, is we just didn't get past it. We didn't get past it. And we're looking at, well, it can come down, make a lower high, and then we can move up. And that's what I was looking for. And it did everything like it should. I think it was a 786 retracement and everything, but it came up and it still couldn't get past there. A lower high in here, and that was pointing toward danger, but not official danger until we actually lost that lower low. Rolled over, that happened. That was the worst case scenario, what we could hope for right there, and we got it. And that's why you always see me pull my fib from swing high to swing low when we start monitoring the health of this. And we like to see them get above the 0.5 and trying to hold that. And sometimes we're perfectly fine if we get rejected through here, and a lot of times we can come out and just stepping our way up. But we were, this is the bear scenario, right? Same thing happened here. And swing high to swing low. Got past those areas, looked like we were doing good, then we lost it, and so, well, we look for a double bottom, hoping for a double bottom, or the scenario that we would come down, and she did. She came down to these other levels, so she hit a bottoming area through here for this local move. It doesn't mean that we can't just roll back over and go down lower, and that could still happen. So here we are again. Let's take a fib from swing high to swing low. How we doing? Still in the same testy area. I mean, it's good that we got above here, right? This was the sweet spot. According to this fib, this was the juicy place to get in a trade, about 82. And for anybody that did, they would be up about 3%. 10x would be 30% up. Moderate trade. Risky as hell in this area because it's basically catching a falling knife. It's not at a support level, not an official support level like the 0.5. So you could be catching falling knives on the way down, and you know, sometimes I do that too. Not the most healthy strategy at all. It's better to wait for these strong areas of support. It's just hard to execute it that way when you're a little DJ and saying, I think this might be it. Let's try it. Let's just take a little bit. And if we look at a local pattern, I mean, they could, where that's very steep. Very steep. And we might level out and get a little breakup. I'm not seeing the signs that we want to do anything too crazy just yet. But let me come down to the teeny 1 minute, because this is what has been going on for most of the day. Whatever this level is, I mean, it's not on the bigger pulls, but she's catching some ground here. And I did have an area around here marked as a Fibonacci from one pull. not on this particular chart. But right now, I mean, the tiny time frames, this is one of the first times it actually started looking pretty good since we were back up at 89, since we were over here at this hopeful stage. And maybe if it can reclaim some of these bigger moving averages, because that's what it's trying to do. Trying to reclaim the 800. We're starting to see a little bit of a flippening happening here on the 1 minute. Doesn't mean it's going to stick, but it's a nice sign. Remember we said we look on the bigger time frames and then we zoom in and try to see how things are executing. So I mean, right now, so far so good. Tomorrow will be, if I'm not mistaken, tomorrow is Thursday, correct? And then into Friday. And what they might do is start running us up, getting us excited. Might even see, you know, come back up here 89, 90,000. But that doesn't mean that they don't have plans of rolling us over on the weekend or come Monday or Tuesday next week. And so those are some things that we got to keep our eyes keep in our mind. But I'll just come back to the daily. I'm sorry, to the 1 hour. And the 1 hour is starting to look pretty decent. So you can probably find some good little Bitcoin, small Bitcoin trades or something to go into. Maybe in a few altcoin trades here, but you know, you would want to take your profits quick and not say, well, I'm going to hold on till we just go to the moon, because that's not working right now. Not working right now. Unless you just have that endless supply of dry powder. You're just soaking all these things up like the big whales on the spot. That's not a bad play either. But we do have the flipping in of the MACD on the 1 hour, suggesting that, well, things could get a little bullish for us. Now, what would they do? Well, swing high to swing low, what we always seem to do. This 618, 86,661, that area right there. 618 Fibonacci, that's a perfect place for us to go up and get rejected, or maybe to bounce above it and start working up back to our 91,000. There is definitely some bullish divergence right here, so we might see that. That would, if I had to make a prediction, I would say that's what it would mean. That they're going to take us right back up here to these areas about 90,000, and then we got to see what's going to happen. Bullish divergence here, and what that means is RSI bullish divergence. These are pointing up, while these suckers are pointing down. And that is our bullish divergence. Let me get my cheat sheet over there. And that is a reversal, possible reversal signal. The caveat I'm going to say is that, you know, if it's a real strong move to the downside, if this is a parabolic move to the downside, which, you know, there's some parabolic essences there, you could see up 2 to 3 instances of that happen before you actually see the pump. So let me just throw that out there. Bullish divergence on the 1 hour. So we got something that might give us a little ride up. So for Bitcoin, I'm looking at these two areas. 86, if we get past 86, we might look at 89. That'd be the top that we had over here. Don't want to forget those horizontal support and resistance areas. And there's a fib there too in that general area too. I just didn't mark it. So 86, 89, possibly 91. See what they want to do, but still, even here, you got the bearish flipping on the moving averages that happened here before we drove down. So we still have more even on this time frame to endure, and that's where I want to remind you that this area right here might be one of them. And even this guy, 72. So I was really hoping we would avoid this. This was this was one of the calls back in January by several people when we were just, you know, flirting with these areas. I think this drop here about the end of January that we were going to hit these areas, but we didn't. We went up and made a new all-time high, and then we hit it. And it just, for a lot of us, it just kind of sucks to see bags down, but still hold faith in this 4-year cycle and the adoption of Bitcoin and the positive things that are coming for crypto. The regulation is coming, positive regulation, and it just looks so hopeful I mean, for first time, it has started to look so hopeful, and then price dumps. That's just the opposite of what you would expect, right? The opposite of what you expect. And doing the opposite of what's expected is a good way to make some money, apparently. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me come over and say hello to everybody again. I see Sam, I see Kelly L, Chris Klein, Hulin. I don't think I've finished saying hi to everybody over here. Joe from Trade Intuition, Mike Stevenson. Hey, how's it going, Mike? Duality Crypto, Glasshopper 77, coming down to the 6 Juanita. It could. Duality Crypto says, everybody smash that like button. I liked what you're thinking, my man.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Jim Derringer. NVIDIA earnings and tariffs in the same day. Wild ride. I got some NVIDIA. We got Grimmer. How's it going, Grimmer? And Jim Derringer. A lot of maneuvers happening all at once. They are, aren't they? I was blown away by NVIDIA's earning. AI bubble still strong. Maurice Del Taco, when will Bitcoin dominance drop? We'll take a look at that. And got Chris Klein. What if best is just around the corner, like 4 months around the corner? Well, yeah. We should be feeling it now, technically. Any moment. Are we getting a green candle here on the 4 hour? I'm seeing a green candle pop up here on the 4 hour. What are you doing over here? Oh, snappage. Look at you on the 6 minute. She's looking a little bullish on for now. Making very barely higher highs and definitely making higher lows. 86.6. See if we can hit that little guy. It is also, at the moment, you could consider it, a bear flag. Some people may be looking at this idea, or bear pennant, I believe. Also, could bring us down there. It could. Still, you got the divergence. So let's see what that divergence will do for us before we try to make any crazy calls. There is a rollover under here. This is what the things I'm looking for. A price or the moving averages never could cross over that 360. They just started rolling over. So we got to see how things react when we start getting up to these areas again, if there's going to be another rollover. Right now, we're starting to get some positive crossings in the moving averages. Short term, that's good. It doesn't mean it's going to carry long term, though. Let's go check out the news from Layer GG, and then we'll come back, get into a few indices, and then we'll start getting into some of your coins and things like that. Sean, can you take us to the newsroom? You suck, Sean. There we go. Oh, here we go. So what happened in the last 12 hours in crypto besides getting our asses handed to us? Following Trump's confirmation that tariffs on Canada and Mexico will go into effect on April 2nd, he has also announced that he will impose 25% tariffs on the EU very soon. The market dropped after the news was released. Apparently, that scares the bejesus out of the EU to hear about tariffs coming on them. Oh, well. Maybe if you stop tariffing us, is basically what he's saying. Let's make it fair. I agree with that. Safe, the forensic view of the Bybit hack concluded with the credentials of the Safe Wallet infrastructure developer were compromised. That's interesting. They were using Safe Wallet. I don't think they were using Safe Wallet. Cato, voting for the Cato leaderboard is now live. Cato weighting is also added to the voting percentage, which is causing Cato to gain over 40%. IP and Pi Network, the new coin rally continues with Pi up 74%. So there are people chasing new shiny objects, looks like. To break $2.70 and IP up 19% to trade at $6.06. Really? I thought I had one of those trades open somewhere. BNB Echoes have been in the spotlight recently, are rebounding with good performance. TST, Cookie, BNX, and CGPT, Broccoli. So there are some coins that seem to be doing well. it makes me look at this thing sideways because of all the manipulation in the market. And so if something starts tanking off and we're dumping, it doesn't quite look as natural. I definitely wouldn't chase them. I wouldn't trust them, honestly, but that's just my take. It doesn't mean you have to listen to it. The SEC informed Gemini that it was closing its investigation and would not be filing enforcement charges against it. And yet we still dropping crypto. The SEC, the Tron Foundation, and Justin Sun filed a joint motion in federal court asking to pause the ongoing case filed by the securities regulator in 2023. And Ondo Finance has joined MasterCard's multi-token network, MTN. Ondo's OUSG investment project will be available to businesses on MasterCard's MTN, giving them access to yield via tokenized assets. That's some big news for Ondo. Coinbase has announced the Morpho USD market and will begin February 27th. That's what happened in crypto the last 12 hours. According to Layer GG, my man. Let's get back to the charts. Sean, take us to the chart rare.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button,
there's no chart, Sean. It's just news. Just say it. I'm still waiting, Sean. I'm waiting on the chart, Sean. Just waiting on the chart. Sean? Sean?
I think he went to the bathroom.
Habib, can you hit the button, please? All right. Thank you, Habib. As we watch Bitcoin try to figure out what the hell this mission in life is. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat, say hello, and take a little gander here. Oh, snap. You got your tatty. Kelly O says, I hope the big boys know something. I keep buying ETH, man. Jim Derrick says, yeah, they were using cloud services and not smart contracts. Crypto exchange cutting corners. Says, you buy and sell the crypto, but you won't use the technology? Come on, Bybit. Chris Klein says, I got about 50 Pi coins in mine still so far. That's awesome. I swear I thought at one point this thing was like really like in the pennies, wasn't it? Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but it's doing good now. Ryan K says the big boys are almost always right. If they're wrong, they know how to get out quick and clean. Jim Dender says Litecoin is going to be the forerunner this weekend. Litecoin is one of the ones that is actually doing pretty well right now. It's on my list to look at, that and Sonic. I'm going to take a quick look at those. Litecoin, US dollar. Here on Coinbase. Zoom out. Still, and it's possible parabola. We put a little bars pattern up here as that's what it could possibly be doing, and could go to 228 maybe. It's held up, whereas, man, my gosh, never thought. I mean, here's what's crazy. If we can find it. I didn't get a Litecoin Bitcoin pair. We'll just have them do it. So here, Litecoin is outperforming Bitcoin. But you don't see that happen very often. You do not see that happen very often. So she's starting on short term to outperform Bitcoin down from this bottom. That's a nice rounded bottom hit on Bitcoin. Wow. Let me zoom out here and look at this little guy. So I see lots of bullish divergence here. What's the MACD look like here on the, what are we on, the weekly? So far, so good. She's had a good trek up. Interesting, very interesting, I think. Okay, this area right here. Looks like we might be, I don't know what we're at now. This does no good. I can't even get my numbers over here. I just see how it ranges, but I can't even see what range. This does me no good to do this. I don't have enough zeros. where it's all saying 0.01 for everything, a 0, and then we're at 0.01, and then 0.01, and 0.02 doesn't come for a while. That sucks. You need to straighten this out, TradingView. Come on. The exchanges do better than this. Do we have a Litecoin? There should be one. Here's perps. No, this is market cap. Oh well. Anyway, let's go back to Litecoin just as she is by the dollar here. Zoom down a little bit. Still looking pretty good. I'm gonna get rid of the curve thing. It's just kind of distracting. Trend line. Main trend line. We started deviating from it, deviating a lot, but we're still back in on it. Now we can either keep that original idea or we can incorporate some other stuff. It doesn't really matter. I recommend incorporating the major parts of the moves there. Technically it would be down here, but getting the most touches will kind of never a bad idea. Litecoin looking nice. Let's take a look at it, and it looks like she is doing well to hold. I don't see any sign of this one just giving up the ghost just yet. Take a look at Sonic. So Litecoin been holding strong. This is Solana. I meant to go with Sonic. And this is Sonic against Tether, and this goes back where? Now, I don't have very much to go on, but it could be a possible cup and handle. We don't know. I'd really like to see if price rose up into this. Let me see what we can find down here. COINEX would be a good one. Well, I don't look for cup and handles to be on the bottom, so I'm not seeing that, but I would play it as maybe a flag pattern. Let's get these guys off of here so we can see what's going on. On the 4-hour chart, still respecting this trend line very well. Bullish cross is going on. Sonic is looking good. Amazing that with all these altcoins, with Bitcoin dumping and everything, that some of these altcoins are doing okay. I've noticed that my altcoin backs on spot margin, I mean, they're holding up pretty decent. So let's go take a look at some of our indices real quick. That's what we were supposed to do over here. And earlier today we were having a green candle. Now it's starting to turn a little bit on total 3. Might have to zoom in on that. I see the Bitcoin dominance is coming down, and that's what's helping out some of these altcoins. So it's probably a good idea to make note of which ones are strong right now, especially on the bigger time frames and things. IP Maker would be Maker's doing good. Up on the week, it's still up 41%. Virtual, believe it or not, actually doing okay. I mean, she ain't back at $3 yet or anything. Tia's getting some movement. I find that a little bit interesting. She's at $4. $4 area, right? Huh. Say's doing pretty decent. So these are some of the ones these are some of the stronger ones to maybe follow and look at. And if we come down to, man, here we are for the week. We're down mostly about 6, up to 12% on those little tiny ones. Well, that tells you something. People showed out those little projects. On the daily, how we looking? That's not bad on altcoins that we're holding. We're not, didn't even drop, maybe 1.5% at the most on some of these, and gaining almost a percent on some of these. This 200 area, this is Cato. That's one everybody's talking about right now. Here is Safe. So there's things popping up. There's my Fartcoin, Popcat. They doing pretty decent. AI16Z, really? Interesting. I find that interesting. Ordy is $12. Remember that thing used to be like 80 or something? All right, let me come over here. I do want to look at total 3 and others. Total 3 represents pretty much all of our altcoins. And here on the 4 hours, she's getting a little green dot. Finance of support on the this is looking interesting. I think I've been so used to seeing altcoins just dump and dump and drop. It's just kind of surprising to see them hold, and why Bitcoin just like wow, interesting. Still got some bearish crosses going on 200 over some of these bigger things. But I like that this trend line from down here at the bottom corner up to that wick and where we are now. It's been tested twice there, so that angle is holding. And looks like we could come back up to about 882 billion. We might see a few billion start coming into altcoins. That would be interesting. How are you doing? How are you maintaining? Not quite pulling her, not quite getting to our levels that we need to see yet, though. Not quite there. But it looks like it's trying to put in maybe a W bottom type pattern. Let's cross our fingers and hope we're not above the 9 moving average just yet. So no confirmations that we're getting ready to go up just yet, but we're trying. It's a good start. It's a good attempt. There will be some resistance over there. And some more resistance that we are fighting through now. So if we can get a little breakout of this area, that would be beneficial. The Ichimoku cloud's just not saying she's a little undecided right now. I see that little sliver of green though. You're thinking about it, but that's weird how you're holding it down. I'm not crazy about that. So be careful with your alt trades. Remember, you probably want to take profits early if you're trading. Otherwise, for those bigger holds and long-term holds, nibbling and just a little bit, DCA is probably your best friend, really. Some people look down on that strategy like, oh, that's just for people that don't know how to trade. But I gotta say that the DCA people do really, really good. They do really, really good. I believe that they outperform traders a lot of times. I believe that theory has been proven. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a super chat from Jim. Hey, thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Let me get over here. We got a $5 super chat from Jim. Thank you very much, Jim. Asking for XYO, NCT, and Master MicroStrategies. Okay. I'm assuming the stock MicroStrategies or strategy. Let's take a look at XYO. I haven't looked at that one in a minute. Zoom out to the daily here. I don't know. I can't remember what any of this stuff was. So we'll start fresh and anew here. Rounded bottom, spike to the upside. This is one of those coins where you would you kind of accumulate on the bottoms, then you set some limit orders and just let them get hit. Because apparently she likes to do the spiky spike runs. And this is exactly how I like to play these guys. And if you're patient with them and Turkey getting sleepy again. Man, I stayed up, I stay up most nights watching price action and everything. But today I was like, I'm not going to put myself through this. I'm just going to set my stuff where it needs to be, and then I'm going to bed. And I slept for most of the day, the morning anyway, catching up on and just trying to get away from all the noise. This is a great one, to accumulate down here at the lows and set those limit orders, and even keep those limit orders set there, I believe. Where she might be coming down to. Oh, she's coming down. It looks like she already bounced off at 786. So these are two good areas to try to pick up a little bit more, in my personal opinion. So I like that. I mean, if you picked up some here, I don't know, $100 here turns into 170, 180 just to get up here to 2.2 cents. 165%, 200. Woo, baby. I like that. That is neat. I'm not in this. I used to actually, I've got some of this over on Coinbase that I've had for a long, long time. So it is probably, considering when I was in it, but she might be, it might be around the same price. I don't know. It was one that, it was one of my first moon bags, XYO, and I've got over on Coinbase, and I haven't been over there and opened that thing up in years. I think I got 17,000 of them. What does that mean? What's that worth right now? Probably $5. 17 that I moonbagged those several years, a couple years ago after the, or during the bear there. We're at what, 0.013? Oh crap! Well, that's $223. It was only, I moonbagged it. It was like $60 when I moonbagged it. Cool. Moonbags, baby. I think Coinbase can get that off. I think it was an ERC20 token, so I didn't do it. So that's kind of cool. Let me take this. I want to copy the image. We'll post it over in into the trading group. Why is this still up there? There we go. Chart room. Go to the trade setups. I think they got great targets to set and forget. So a surprise cash cow. Can't spell surprise. So I'll put the targets over there. That way, if you guys are watching the stream or something, you can just go over to the Telegram group. It's a free group. It's private. We don't have shillers, and I got mods over there that will kick shillers out. Hopefully that's, if I don't, I will. But we don't have a problem with any of that. Or if we do, it's very short-lived. It's usually just people getting excited about a few coins, and they don't hang around. Well, we got a good group of good people over there, and I just want to give everybody in the Telegram group a shout out, just for being so cool, laid back, and helpful to each other. It's just a good group of people, which is all I ever hoped for that group. That's all I wanted, just a group of good people to help each other. Well, let's take a look at our next one on that list was NCT. I think we looked at this one recently too. Let's see how she's holding up. Oh, you're on Osmosis too. Yeah, that is so cool. I love Osmosis. I need to go over here and check. Polyswarm. Let's look at it on Coinbase here. Dang. Well, we already tried that. Look, did you get paid on this one? When was this? This was, well, this has been a while back though. When she came up there, that was back in January. Same thing. You buy them, just set your limits, and this one didn't get hit, but all the other ones did. Imagine that. Being somewhere on the bottom of the trend line, picking that up, and oh wow, 200, 300. If you front run it, could have got up to 400% gains there. That's kind of, let's redo this one. Same thing applies. We actually could do it a little different, but I mean the targets are still likely to get hit though. So let's add the higher targets here. And let's get some new targets based on this move here. The more sweet targets that can get hit. All right, now let's do a few other things. So this is a great little zone to pick it up. I think I'm just going to draw a little box here between the 786 because it's in the buy zone. Technically, I would look for to play this type of strategy. And I mean, man, from where we are just up to that first target, it's 182%. So again, this is another one with this the good strategy is rounding bottoms, and especially if it's one that gets kind of spiky and stuff. You know, you set your orders and just wait. It might take you a while. It may take a while before it ever does this again, but when it does, payday is there. Payday is there. Let's see. That was the one that didn't quite hit. Maybe let's get a few more. It should, the next time it decides to do that, and it may be a while before it does, but it should hit this target here. It should knock that one out. But we got two lower targets there, and 182% gain is pretty awesome. Got updated targets. All right, so we got that. And let's take a look at MicroStrategy.
Crypto turkey takes the stage at night. Featherless and shining bright.
Well, that didn't happen. Was hoping that maybe she could go up there off of bouncing here, but we did something different, so sucks. She's at 263 right now. Bitcoin dumping and MicroStrategy dumping. 183 could be on the cards, but she could also get a bounce off that 200 moving average, which is at 231. There we go. We lost the 618. Let's see what kind of reaction we get off of that. What is that? 2. I put a dashed line up there. Okay. I don't want to color yellow. It makes me think it's a 618 fib. I'll just go with a gray. Just let me know it's not my normal line. That area with the 200 moving average is coming in about 231.45 cents is what is actually coming in there at the moment. It'll change. So the 230 area, but 206 might get hit. I would look for that 206 area myself. Huh. Yet that 230 area is a nice little nibble. I got a 414 Fibonacci there based on this move. I'm going to stick with those two targets right there. I think both of those look good. And considering that where we could go, we don't know until we actually kind of bottom, but we can get a few little guesses here. 660 or 595. might be in play after we kind of figure out where our bottom is. So let me put this over here. And that is a stock. This is the daily chart. Buy targets. Let's come down to the 4 hour, see what you're looking like. 360 moving average coming in right in there too at that area at 230. So there might be a reaction here, and she may come back up, and then she might come up to 287 and roll over. We could be seeing something like that, but she's trying to catch through here. Interesting. I've got MicroStrategy. I love this one, man. This thing multiplies so much. I was so pissed because I had to sell 27 shares. I only had 30 shares of it, and I had to sell 27 of it to pay taxes a couple years ago. State taxes that I wasn't expecting because I came from a state that didn't have state tax, but moved to one that does. Yeah, that wasn't expected. So I had to sell a bunch of it, and I was so pissed. I had to do that because I was really wanting to hold this one for a long time. But the 3 shares I had left multiplied to 30, and I'm back where I was before. So I'm like, oh, cool. Now, coulda, woulda, shoulda would say, well, you could have had like hundreds of them or something, right? Could have had 300, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know. But still, I made a promise. Well, next time I'm just like, well, next time, honey, I ain't selling my stock. We're going to, I'm going to borrow the money from you or something. I'm not doing this stupid stuff. Oh, so many chances to make big bucks, and it's always some kind of little thing that will come by, and you know that keep, you know, you don't see it at the time, but then it kneecaps you. Like, it feels like it kneecaps you from doing that sometimes. It's wild. Let me come back to the chat here. Jim says, I've been layering in limit orders around the 886 and lower. Cool. Sounds like a plan, man. Una says, I love the Telegram group. Awesome. I like hearing that. Hey, it makes me happy. Chris Line, what's the name of the group? Chris, you're not over there? I don't, does it have I guess a Road Dog Crypto group. Road Dog chart room. It's kind of where we got the Road Dog Lounge, and that's where, you know, that's basically for talk and put news articles, and that's where the general chat kind of happens over here. Oh, there's some stuff over here I haven't looked at. Hey, here's something. Fear and Greed Index 10. We're at 10. This is a Fear and Greed Index right now. 10. That's a buy signal. Any way you want to look at it, whether it's DCA, nibbling, or whatever. 10 says now's the time to be buying. Throwing that out there. This is a very, very good indicator. It's probably one of the best indicators, especially if you're doing just a HODL type deal, a DCA deal, or just in general. It's saying when we're in extreme fear and greed, when we're below the 2-digit numbers there, and when we're below 20, we were at 21 yesterday. Today, we are at 10. We might be bouncing back according to this alone. Just throwing that out there. Well, that's what you can find in the Telegram. The links are in the description of all my videos and all my live streams. There are links to how to get into the Telegram group. And I normally throw them up during my streams, but my this not working. It might. Maybe I can do it. I got it to work a couple of times. The chart room. No, of course you're not going to work for me now. You little. Why don't you ever work? I'll just copy it. I'm going to copy and it won't let me. You won't let me copy? You suck. Why do you suck so bad? Why? How about this other one? No, you're not going to work for me either. All right, so my bad. I can't. Why do I even have you Stream Deck for this purpose if you're not going to work for me? You work for other things, though. But there are links in the actual description. for anybody who wants to come over and hang out. Just don't shill. No shills, no promotions and stuff like that. I mean, share all the information. We're all about sharing information. We're not about trying to take money from each other. No, none of that. No trying to get money from each other, nothing like that. Or we're not trying to play each other over there. We're a good, solid crypto family over there, good values, and it will stay that way. Oh, that's not where I was trying to go. She hit 250 area and started to go sideways midday, thinking DCA is a smart play. I think I agree with you there. Dave P, what's up, Dave? Chris Line says 10 is disgusting. I love it. I don't know what that means. Is that the okay? This is Dave P. Did you throw it up there? I think that's our Telegram link right there. One of them. There's you can get into the pinned area, and there'll be a link to all of them, all the stuff up in there. All right, cool. Let me come back and we'll where did I put my little? Oh wow, here I am. Let's make a list here. Render. Well, I haven't looked at that in a while. Kelly's asking for Render and Ethereum. Chris Line's Popcat and Floki. Kelly L, Bitcoin liquidity heat map. We can take a look. I don't have it pulled up or anything right now. It's not something I actively look. I notice it if I'm watching somebody else on YouTube or something that has it up. I pay attention to what's going on, but it's not something I actively do. So I don't have it pulled up. We might try to pull that up. GFI. I got some of that. And Hooligan asked for Pi. Sub asking, we look at Bitcoin dominance. We didn't do that, did we? We need to do that right now. So she had a little drop, and that would explain why we're having, some altcoins to pretty maintain and do okay. She's at an area of support, a 618 Fibonacci, which that's got this all started. And the 200 moving average, it still looks strong to me. I mean, I know it falls, and when it falls, that's good. But when she starts going up, then you might want to think about taking profits on some of your trades, your altcoin trades. I'm not saying your altcoin bags for long-term hold, because, well, I mean, that's for long-term hold, right? But you might get them a little bit cheaper. So, that's something you got to make up your mind about. But if Bitcoin dominance starts coming up, altcoins are going to start feeling some pain there. And Bitcoin will start outperforming. And my take on Bitcoin dominance is that I'm still looking at 73. And I don't think our real altcoin season is going to hit until we hit 73 and get rejected from there. This was a nice rally, and that's how I called it, as a rally. Other people call it altcoin season. And man, I tell you, I mean, there are some really good analysts out there. There are some really good other channels to watch, and I'm not going to name any because I'm about to say something. But I noticed, and as much as good as their TA and everything is, sometimes I see that emotional element, man, for calling out altcoin seasons too early or jumping into altcoins, and this is it. Nothing wrong with that, but it's like I see getting in, but when the markets are turned, it's like, where's the thing telling us to get out? Or where's the warning sign that, hey man, might need I don't see that enough. I just but there's definitely good people to follow here on YouTube. It's got some solid TA and stuff. It's just that sometimes you see them get a little excited about altcoins a little too early, like, all right, we're going all in. I'm not going to mention a name of the person. One person that kind of stands out in my head, because I really do respect them. But it's just our little DGen that gets, that little emotional element of ourselves that we got to try to reel in. Sometimes I guess, they still struggle with their DGen. I still struggle with my DGen a lot too, or else I wouldn't be in some of these situations I find myself in. That little DGen voice. Sean, you suck. You're still in the toilet. Nice. Thank you, Habib. All right, let's take a look at some of these guys here. Bitcoin dominance, she seems to be holding so far. Might she fall? Is she thinking about falling? I guess that's what we need to ask ourselves. She could fall. She could be falling. I'm looking at the moving averages to clean me in. We're below the 9 and the 21. Looks like they're trying to roll over, but that 618 is holding strong, man. If she falls, that will be good for altcoins. There's a green cloud that we're starting to touch, but here's the thing about it. You see how she's angling up? It makes me think we could ricochet off of here and then it'd be on its own fire on its way. Bitcoin take off. So what I got to see is how these moving averages are going. If we break below here, let's go to a smaller time frame, 4 hour. 4 hours probably a good place to look here. 4 hour, we're probably support 200 moving average. It's a little. Personally, I think we can recover from this. I think we can get a bounce, even though the daily is saying. Daily is hinting that there might be a chance to break this area to the downside. 4 hours saying, I think we might be able to bounce it. Maybe if the daily is going to win this argument, then what we might see on the 4 hours come up here and then maybe a rollover or rejection. Let's look for that. If we get rejected, anytime the Bitcoin dominance is going down, that's usually good. Usually really good for altcoins to help them move up. But I see some signs of strength here too. And if she did fall, I wouldn't expect her to fall very much before picking up speed. Crystalline says the fear and greed, it is low. That was surprising when I saw it at 10. I was like, really? Let's take a look at render. What's our time? Look, an hour and 21. How does this happen? I mean, I know we got about 5-7 minutes intro. Go through. Wow, just try to figure out a way to make this a little quicker. Let's take a look at Binance here. Render's at 377. Really? Gosh. When she was up to $11-12, now she's at $3. That's a huge discount. This one is. I mean, the highs that she went to were real good. I just didn't take enough profit. I've got a bag of this. I had it on spot margin. I was trying to play with it, but then they discontinued the pair when they went over to whatever. They switched chains or switched to Solana or whatever. That wonder if they're still liking that. So I've just got mine in spot margin, or just in spot right now, just on a wallet. Not working with it at all, but I'd like to see her get back up to about $11 or $12. That would be good. That would make me feel a lot happier. 786. Oh man, okay. And then we're at the 786.
Oh, crypto seas, man, they never stay calm. He's got more indicators than fingers on his palm. RSI is screaming over, but oversold. But truth be told, he's just feeling kinda old. Moving averages, but he's standing still. Stop losses triggered, feeling kinda ill. Double bottoms, double tops, but he can't catch a trend. At this rate, man, he'll never see the end. He said Elliot's supposed to guide.
I think at this point in the game, we need to look at every little place to get paid that presents itself. I would love to see altcoins start making a comeback. It's just hard for me to see with Bitcoin doing what it do right now. This is what I got for render. We're at a good accumulation area, great area to DCA. She might get down as low as 310, somewhere through there. We're at 378 right now. Depending on if we keep going bearish, we could be testing that 886 fib area again. Looks like she's trying to do a double bottom. She's already been down here before. What gets wick gets candlesticked, so that we're seeing that happen right now. And we came back to test that, and it looks like she's trying to bounce here. Let's go to the smaller time frame, and let's look at the bounce. Bring up our indicators. Let me zoom back out and look for divergence. Not seeing any. MACD. Ooh, duck lips on MACD. That could be promising. That could be promising. We like duck lips. That's a duck lift. We like that. That's a good sign. That means, hey, man, you're rolling over in the positive way here. So cool. We have, let's see, we're on the daily, so we got to go pretty much short term here. Short term, I would be looking for maybe 427. So I could see us getting up here about 427, 429. 427 is what I had. We need to get back above 533. Of course, we're far from that right now. To start working our way back up to these targets. So, to me, I think a good place to buy is where we are now in this little range. I'll label it, but it's really a little box zone is how I would say look at it, right where we are right now, and just a little lower buy zone. All right. And here on the daily, look at here. You got the little green dot on market cipher going. You got your stochastics going up. VWAP is up. Money flow starting to turn up. That's oddly, it's a good sign. I'm surprised. I really am. I'm starting to see some positivity out of signals out of some of these altcoins, and I wasn't expecting it. And that makes me feel better. That really makes me feel better. Whether it's short term or not, it's better than, oh my god, we're getting ready to drop to zero, because that sucks. Thickening Ichimoku cloud. I'm liking what I'm seeing here for render. I really am. I think it's in a great little buy zone. $3. Render, where was it when I got into it? I almost missed getting into render. When was it? I think I started, I didn't catch it till we were about up, well, yeah, up here on this. I finally, oh yeah, I gotta get me some render. So not a bad place, I don't think at all. Let's copy this guy. Go over to the chart room, trade setups. Daily chart. I think it looks good. To buy in current area. Fib targets listed. All right, and take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum. We're still looking at these areas, and they are still valid there. Where are we at right now, Ethereum? You're at 23.12, dropping a little bit. Let's go to a smaller time frame, see what you're doing. Lost that level. Let me clean up this chart with these little spots. Came down, rode a Nova. See, you're no good anymore. You didn't really nail it. Why didn't you nail it? What gets wicked often gets candlesticks, so we could see that 21 area. Is that where we had that level? Is that it? 786 or 886? This one's being why are you being a little tricky for me? I think it's you. I think it's you as the secondary trend line throwing me off. Okay, keep the main trend line here. That is kind of wild looking. There we go. Let's go from... This makes a lot more sense this way. Okay, so this is our 618 fib. We might come down into, 2120, that area. There's a little deviation here. You can see these wicks. Now normally I'd follow that trend line, and that's where we came down to do right now. Might hold this angle, but you've also got this angle here, so if we're doing trend lines to try to figure out support resistance, well, we got a couple of good ideas there. Might hold here. So far so good, but I would be looking about this area here at 21. Yeah, the 2150, just a little above 2150. I think that's coming. Let's do another little fib magic pull here. You went to your 1618 and below. And your 2-3. All right, wait a minute. Let me see what you did. Oh, that wasn't a 0.5 at all. I'm going to keep these same targets, and I'm going to put this one on here. That 618 fib. We might come back and touch that one. So it does look like we're headed toward the 2100 area that we could be headed right down there. Let's go to the smaller time frame, see how strong that move looks like it might be. Ichimoku Cloud looks happy to take us there. 1 hour looks like it's happy to help us get back down to this one anyway. Short term, I see a retest of this area, and then down to those 21 areas. I think let's do this on the 4 hour. Those are still in good order. That flipped. Oh, Ethereum. I think it's a great time to be buying this anywhere close to 2,000. Because I'm sure that we will start hitting 33, 38, maybe even 4,000, 4,500 at some point. It may be a slow play for Ethereum. A lot of people think it's a boomer coin and it's a little outdated and too slow and has problems, so I don't know. But you've also got the people coming in from the opposite side that has all the money in Ethereum and Ethereum projects and the big money, and they plan on doing some stuff with Ethereum. So I still think it's a bigger pick for any kind of money work and legacy system than Solana. I don't think Solana is going to be the one to choose. Solana's getting a reputation to being the scam chain now anyway. I know it's fast and everything, but so is BNB. Solana's a lot faster than BNB chain, but Cosmos ecosystem chains work just fine for everything. I'm really impressed with everything on the Cosmos ecosystem. Any chain, anything on there. They just... Binance chain, Pancake Swap, all that stuff operates off the Cosmos SDK, and it's I ain't got no issues with that. I have more issues with janky transactions on Solana than anything. Even still, it's better than it used to be. Used to, Solana would stop. It would just freaking stop. But you know, you're not only is exposure coming out on the crookedness in our governments and things like that, but the on-chain stuff coming out with what's really going on in crypto being revealed, and it needs to be. It needs to be, because a lot of there is a lot of vaporware. You hear us say a lot of these projects, don't marry these coins, because a lot of them really, it's hype. It's all about the hype for a lot of these tokens, unless it's got a really, really good practical use case and a reason for that token to be there. Those are the ones that are really going to shine, that have some value. That's where the big money will be wanting to put their money. So we will see them range up. A lot of the real world asset plays and things like that, and that's why I keep an eye on some of the things over here to see what's popping and try to sort out between what's hype and what's actually got something going on with it. And the little baby XCN, she's down. Oh no. Let's take a look at PopCat. That one seems to be, you know, the meme coin seems to be popping off right now. How you doing, PopCat? I think I've got a trade on you. I believe I do have a trade on you. You got down to 19. Such a really, you're at 26. We're up at 33. Possible bottom pattern here. Let's clear this off. Take a new look. Zoom out. That looks like a nice possible is trying to bottom. Are you at a place to bottom? Yeah, it looks like she is. 886. Oh, you're below the 886. I'm on MEXC, right? This should have a good chart. Kind of interesting that you're below where I need you to be, or would expect you to be. So that's going to still act as resistance.
Dreams of futures so electric. Crypto world got us eclectic. Money moves fast and wild, surfing waves like a digital child. West Coast vibes in every trade. No regrets with the past we've made. Number go up, up, up. Chasing dreams won't stop, stop, stop. Stock for a thrill to the top, top, top.
Maybe we might have something here. Had the wick and then we had this. If I measure from here, I've got a level that comes in as support. So I'm gonna roll with that as a 1.13 fib from there. I've still got this guy marked because I still think it's going to have an effect there. But there might be a possibility of a bottom being in. We'll roll with that idea. She's trying to double bottom here. Let's see how this lines up. So I'll be looking for 61 cents. And we're at 26. That sounds crazy. I'm on the daily. We need to come up and touch that. Let's go to smaller time frame. And let's get something worked out here. I think this is going to be the most relevant one right here. So 618 is coming up just a little bit above that. I think the 0.5 is just a little 56. Short term, we'll just get some short term targets here based on what we got going on. $35 from where we are. We've been there before. That would make a W pattern, a double bottom pattern. You have a measured move from that after it confirms. That takes us up to this guy right here. So 58.57 cents I think is a good target to go with, one that I would point here. And of course the 35-30 cents area. For it to confirm, that would be a good little take profit area. What would that be from where we are? 36% gains on just spot alone. That's not bad. 3x leverage. You've already made over 100% gains. I like that 58 cent target. I like 47, 48 area, and I like the 36 cent area for PopCat. This is some local take profit targets. And this is the 4 hour. We'll put you over here. And I would recommend taking profits there because we could linger through here a little bit, you know, make it worth your while. Well, that's not it. All right, and take a look at Floki. Floki. Floki still. She's still struggling, huh? She may have met her measure move. Do we got any divergence? There's a little bit of divergence here on the RSI on the 4 hour. That's cool. So we can probably, I would look for us coming back up to these areas. And let's see how we do over here, getting past those. And from where we are to there's 5%, 10%. Floki's been struggling here. She's been struggling. But it's a descending channel, and those are bullish. Those have more like a 65% chance, 65% chance to break to the upside. But they can bounce through here forever. So we just got to look at signs that she's leveling out and trying to go up there. To me, I think this is good. She got wicked, trying to get candlesticked, and how big? It looks like a 786 retracement from there. Oh, even deeper. You went. She's holding a 786, but she went down. So just this move here tells me that she's got a good chance, and so coming back up to these areas. But I wish I could say call these areas right now, but we're not ready for that yet. We got to step through this. But that's looking. There's some promise here. There's some hope here with this. But man, she got beat up, didn't she? A few black eyes there, but she's recovering. So Floki, we will keep that. This is on 4 hour. She's above the 9 moving average on the 4 hour. You got that. Stochastics are kind of high, so she might roll over. But MACD is crossing bullish. That's good. That's good. I'm going to stick with these targets there for short term anyway.
Crypto spinning wild, man, it's taking me low. From cloud 9 to a pit, it's a hectic ride. My pocket's empty, feels like something just died. Crypto blue.
Still looking for those recovery prices to be reclaimed there. Take a look at GFI, Goldfinch. XC, I think, has got a good chart. On the daily, I gotta zoom out to the weekly. You have just been a disappointment, Goldfinch. You have. It has just really been a big disappointment. This is supposed to be a decent one, and let's come over here. Tokenmetrics, because I think that's where I first heard of it, was at Tokenmetrics. I think this was one, if I'm not mistaken, I think it might have been one of Ian Bellina's 100x picks, which put it on my radar. Investor grade is neutral, fundamental grade is 59%, technology grade is 64%, valuation 33%. She's got a strong sell signal right now for traders, so they're shorting the hell out of it probably. 94 cents right now, $86 million market cap. Goldfinch is a DeFi protocol that brings crypto loans to real world. It's got a, that's better than a meme coin. Well, you would think. You would think. Fundamental. Hey, oh, what's this? I haven't seen this before. What's this? Fundamental risk. This is cool. I've never seen this before. Minimal. A large amount of this token can be minted by a private wallet or contract. I did not know that. Pausable. Token transfers can be paused, preventing swapping or selling. I did not know that either. That may change my mind on this. Technology risk, floating program, Pragma. This contract may not function as expected due to inconsistent solidity compiler versions being. Oh, this is awesome! I didn't know Tokenmetrics did. This is something new. I should do this with a lot of my coins then. Low-level calls. Incorrect solidity version. Why the contract uses an unconventional or very old version of solidity. Doesn't sound like they're doing a good job over here. Dump risk. A private wallet owns a significant percentage of this token supply. Hopefully that's given both of us some insight here on GFI. Wow. Wow. Man, I like that. Ooh, I like that. I like that. Not the token, just the Tokenmetrics is putting this stuff out here like that. That's a yes, we need that information. Cool. Well, since we're here, what about Pi? Oh, you're not on here? We don't have you? Really? Okay, well that sucks. I really Alright, well I was hoping Pi Network because this would be the next one I'll look at. Alright, so to me that explains the downward decline on this. Wow, and she's so cheap. So I'm clearly in drawdown on whenever I got this because she's just been down the whole time. It's been in my Tangem wallet. And after seeing that, I'm not sure that I really have confidence in this coin anymore. So I may take those funds and allocate them somewhere else. The question is, will I do it while she's down or will I wait for some kind of hopeful retest? Smart thing would be to hope for a hopeful retest, but gosh darn it, man. If there ain't nothing to it, and it sounds like it's got janky coding in it from what I just read. You're trying to bottom here? I may hold on and see if we can get some gains out of this, but I'm going to make a note to get out of GFI for myself. I'm not really, after seeing some of that, I'm not really excited about its possibilities anymore. And after seeing the chart, just continue to make lower lows here, lower low. So for me personally, I'll probably wait till we get a little bit more traction since I don't have this one in play. It's just sitting on a wallet. But she will be on my cut list. That's just my take. It doesn't have to be hers, but let's take a look at Pi Network because it's been doing awesome. Unbelievably awesome. From down here at 65 cents or whatever, she's up 300%. Went up as high as 350%. Wow. I would say you need to be taking profits out of Pi. She's up here retesting the top where she started from. This could be a nice double top. If we pull this as a channel and put this over here, you're at the top of the channel. That's where some resistance comes. So definitely, I think if you're in Pi Network, you might want to get paid a little bit right now because she could be coming back down to $2. What did I just do? That was weird. And I would look to maybe add back to your bags when we come back down to about 211 there. We'll put this one on the back. I can't see this one getting hit without breaking that trend line. I seriously think I would consider taking profits. But that didn't work. Let me see what else I can see here. Whispered secrets in the quiet night. Promises of gold. If you wanted to take a chance for a higher target, you're like, nah, I don't want to sell just yet. Maybe I'll put a stop loss and a high target in or something like that. 308 and possibly retesting 287. Might happen. Let's come down to the 1 hour time. Oh, no. Looks like she's giving up the 9 moving average. Looks like that move is, well, she's not quite over. She's not quite. She could bounce. She could bounce. I do like this 211, 212 area. I think, yeah, that one would have been a great sell. So maybe she'll go up. Hey, Elliot, what are you saying? You think she's got anything else going on with her? You ain't saying nothing at all, are you? Elliot's got some other interesting targets here. He's got 389. I'll mark it. It's a 1618. Elliot target. Giving credit where he's got credit due. Can't spell Elliot right. Possibly, or 322, just a little bit above where I'm at. You're a 1. That would be really a 1. Odd. What do you say, Elliot? Put another Elliot target over there. So I would watch it, see if she gets traction off this 50 moving average, this trend line here. Let me get Elliott wave stuff off of there. I'm on the 15-minute time frame, but to me it looks like she's got her 3 humps and a dump coming in. I think she's got some... Oh, I may be totally wrong though. Maybe she'll find some support there. 211 is what I'm looking for if she loses that trend line. Otherwise, she might get a few of these other targets knocked out. But I'm mostly looking about the 310, 311, 288 area. Elliot's got some other ideas, but I'll put them out there because he may be better attuned with this than I am. I'm going to come down to the 1 hour on this, and I think that's MACD on this 1 hour, also suggesting that you might want to take some profits. Take some profits. $211 might be coming. All right. And we are 153 into this show, so my apologies. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold up to do many more coins right now, so I'd rather just take a look at Bitcoin and see what we're doing. We're slowly making some progress here, and that's a good sign. Still, you can see this as a rising wedge type pattern, and they can be bearish. However, if we break out of these areas, they can get bullish, and we could see that scenario where we're going back up to $89,000-$90,000 to see if we roll over. That's the big picture I'm looking for now. And I'm looking for 86.6 possibly be hit. But I'm really keeping my eye on the 89, 90, 91, all this little zone up to here to see what happens. If we roll over here, roll over a little higher. Because clearly Bitcoin's, we've not got a definite bottom in, and there's still some other bottom targets that we could hit. Own good old Bitcoin, but that's where I'm going to leave it here on the 6 minute and see how we can do. Bullish divergence could take us up there. I really don't know if we'll get past here right now, but it's better than going straight down, ain't it? We got some kind of play here. Might give some people relief. Some people might be able to get in on a few trades here, but this normally, what we see here, normally breaks down But if she can break out of here, I'll be looking at 89. If she breaks down, I'm going to be looking at 80, basically. Slow burn down to 80. Avi Bonilla says, I was recycling, then I ran out of cash. Yeah, all I got is my margin plays, and I'm not borrowing anymore from Bitcoin because I was doing that play with my spot margin, you know, taking from my Bitcoin, borrowing against it, and it's just drained my Bitcoin. And I'm like, where's all my Bitcoin going? This is the opposite of what I'm trying to do here, people. So I've got to reevaluate because I'm all about that Bitcoin, baby. I was using my altcoins to get there, and that's not worked out as well as I'd wanted it to with the way the markets went. I'm not happy about it, but that's just my problems. That's not your problems. Uh-oh, we lost our stuff. Guys, I'm going ahead and cut it off here. I'm sorry if I didn't get to everything, but a 2-hour stream is about as much as I can do here. But we'll be back again tomorrow. Tomorrow night for sure, maybe tomorrow. We'll go to the end screen, maybe listen to a few music and go over some of the chat here. But I'm sorry if I didn't get all your coins or anything, but I do wish you luck in the market. Be careful. Trying to look at the warning signs right now. Shorter term time frames. Bitcoin's trying to be positive. She's trying to be good, which is what she needs because she wasn't last night at all. There was no signs of positivity. It's like maybe no, it's gonna slam me down. Now we're starting to see maybe we're getting some catches here, maybe. So there's a little bit of optimism. 84 is an area that we could be bouncing from. I don't know for sure. I was really hoping 88 would hold. I had an intuitive in flash of 84,000, mid 84s, but that's not technical analysis. That's intuition, but that doesn't, you know, that's not science or math. That doesn't account for anything. We can easily go up or down, but I hope, cross my fingers, the intuition will be right. And maybe this is the area that, maybe it's over. I hope so. But you can't bank on intuition as well as you can scientific data or math. So I'd rather, you know, we'll keep the math going here and not the woo-woo stuff. But it is nice to see a little bounce in this area, I gotta admit. And hopefully we'll do better. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. See you tomorrow. Go check out the chat.
Come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze.
Ooh, that music be loud, wouldn't it?
Make it look like it's so ice.
Whoops. I'm a little behind on the chat here. I feel how BitBoy looks. That is hilarious. That's funny. That's funny. That deserves applause for that. Wherever applause button. Why is this music so loud in my ears? That was funny. I have no clappy hands, so I'll clap. There should be clappy hands over here, Sean. GDP growth announcement tomorrow might be good news. I hope so. That'd be good. We need something good. Sorry, Neil Breezy, I missed that. And welcome to the stream. If I missed you, if you're still here, thanks for hanging out. Your dog is just very, very tired tonight. But if you come back tomorrow, I'll be happy to do some analysis. I like Tectum. Kelly says, "Do you think do I think it will? I'm hoping it doesn't, but we got some fib levels there, depending on where you're pulling, whether 618 and 0.5. We got some other things. It's possible. I hope it doesn't, personally, because that's going to put me on edge. I mean, I'm still safe, but it's gonna wreck my nerves. I don't like that. So I hope not." Kelly says, except for after they still, yeah, me too. This market will take a lot out of you psychologically. It really will. Who says Tokenmetrics has my network? I didn't say. I will check that out. I really like that feature that I haven't seen it on there before, but that's, yes. That makes me want to keep Tokenmetrics. Thank you, Hoodwin. Oh, you're welcome, my man. With the freaky dog one? By Zorro? One of you said this was your favorite song because I came over here and loaded it for you. I like this one too.
Waves of midnight belief, promises turning into grief. Digital whisper says hold tight, but I'm losing faith in the night. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone is capitulating. I keep hanging on to my dream, but nothing is as
I like it too.
seems.
I think I have a new one coming out right after this one.
Streams of gold, screens flash by, staring blank into the sky. Echoes of fortunes will pursue, but shadows keep blocking my view. When moon crypto, when moon, I'm so tired of waiting. Everyone is capitulating. I keep hanging on to my dream, but nothing is as it seems. Pacing halls of shattered belief, wandering through forts of disbelief.
Thank you, guys.
Jangle like falling stars. I'm still
I really appreciate the
trapped
support
behind these
and everything.
bars. When moon crypto, when moon,
And the views and everything. All the likes, comments, appreciate it all. Couldn't do it without you guys.
everyone is capitulating. I keep hanging on to my dream.
And you guys make one of the baddest ass Telegram groups out there. I just really think that.
I'm the man in a trade buried in the red. Hold L, lean through the pain with the screen-fed head. Shovel in my hand.
Oh, thank you, Chris. I appreciate that.
Charts are crashing
Only by the
down
grace of
on the
God.
diamond hand chomp. Eyes on the candlesticks, I'm losing my mind. FOMO's got me locked, I'm running out of time.
You could.
I'm the man in a
You could.
trade,
Because you guys got this. You do.
won't you save me from
But I'm glad you're here with me.
I'm the man in a trade, leverage burn my soul. Waiting for the moon, but I'm stuck in this hole. Feed my greed with coins, shit coins in the dirt. Promise Lambos gleam, but my wallet's hurt. Jesus of the dip, won't you buy my stack? Satoshi's ghost just laughs, there's no turning back. Eyes on the candlesticks, I'm losing my mind. This gas is killing me slow. Margin calls a beast, liquidation's my foe. Can't escape the screen, Tinker's my new god. Dreaming of a spike, but it's all a facade. I'm the man in a trade, trapped in crypto's cage. Won't you save me from this blockchain rage? I'm the man in a trade, live rich, burn my soul. Waiting for the moon, but I'm stuck in this hole.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Let's let the little dog wave. See you guys tomorrow.